I think we are live. Let's check the thing to see if it's it's starting to receive content. Let's do the theme.
Oh dear.
All right, fresh off a roasting by my own wife.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, did you read my latest tweet? This literally, she was sitting back here. She came in, she sat down in the corner, was like, "That's what people see." She's like, "You look like a white guy." Number one, what are you trying to? She was like, "You're trying to fool people into thinking that you're white." And then two, she's like, "It's way too bright in here." And then she was like, "That's all people see is your stupid face reading their chats." And I was like, "Yeah." And
Pretty much.
then I explained to her that the first 10 minutes of the show is y'all calling me bald and ugly. And she was
I'd
like,
say it's like
makes sense.
5-10 minutes. It's like they get their stuff out of the way.
Yeah. Yeah. They got to get it out. You know, they've been waiting all week to call me bald and ugly. Like,
I can say that.
this is what my existence has boiled down to, is being insulted like weekly and loving it. Just absolutely loving being insulted every day, which, once a week, yes. All right, so quite a week in sports. By the way, Tree, how you doing, man?
Doing all right, man. I'm doing all right.
Yeah, haven't talked to you in a while. We were both on the Michigan Sports Truth at 6:30.
Yeah, we didn't really contact each other. We were just like talking.
Yeah, it's so funny because we have to be so buttoned up under FCC regulations.
Stupid FCC.
Yeah, you know, you can't even say the word taint on the Michigan Sports Truth. You can't even say that. But here we can say taint.
Oh yeah.
All right, Aaron, first time catching this live. Congratulations. You will be sorely disappointed.
Poor.
So we had quite a week in sports. You've got the NHL Finals going 7 games, which is a dream, by the way. Not that, you know, Boston's one win away, but you got to love the drama, right?
Of course. I have a weird feeling. I felt like St. Louis needed to win Game 6. I have no idea why. I just have this feeling that, like, the winner of Game 6 was going to win the cup.
It's possible. You never know. This is how the universe works. Like, you just don't know when games are going to go a certain way. That's why you play the games, right? But I kind of feel your ominous feeling because Boston, number one, looked really good in that win. And two, they're going back to the Garden. Like, who knows, though? I think the road team is clinched, though. How many times?
Road teams won, I think, 2 out of... Last time a home team won, I think, was Chicago in 2015.
Yeah, against the Lightning?
Yep. Pens won twice. This is the first Game 7 since 2011.
Oh, my gosh. This is going to be amazing. It's going to be...
Imagine if this goes to overtime. Jesus.
Yeah. Carlos Cargo just hit a home run. Nice.
Cargo.
The Mets are winning. The Mets got their asses kicked in game. They blew a 4-1 lead and lost 12-7, I think, 12-5, and then now they're winning the tilt, but the bullpen is yet to show up. So you know how that is.
Yeah.
Then we have the NBA Finals, which is also gotten kind of juicy. Hate to see Kevin Durant's leg. Literally, you saw his Achilles.
You saw like the little ripple effect that happened on the replay. It's like, oh, jeez.
Yeah.
The ones who really should feel bad are Knicks fans, because they were really banking on him being one of their prize free agents.
So here's what the Knicks should do. Don't trade for Davis, right? Sign Durant. Draft RJ Barrett.
I think Durant will probably take his player option now, wouldn't he?
I don't know.
You know, get the $32 million and rehab in Golden State.
It's possible, but he might not play next year. I saw his Achilles tendon literally get sucked up into his calf. Like, did you see that clip where
I saw like the clip where just like his calf just like rippled.
Right.
It's just like, ooh.
His little skinny calf, which is probably skinnier than mine, like all you saw was like that. See, this is what. Listen, honey. This is
Oh,
the.
you got the tall dad socks too.
Uh huh. You
Gee,
like that? I'm
man,
40. Yeah. This is why people tune in because they want to see my calf and my
I want to
dad
see
socks.
being old.
Uh huh.
Dear
That's right.
God.
My dad used to jack his socks up though. He used to jack them up like past the calf, like right here, and then I would be like, Dad, you know you can't do that, and he would just be like, Fuck you. I'm an
Oh,
old
don't worry, they find a
Jewish
way.
man. Uh huh. He's like, I'm an old Jewish guy from Jersey. What do you think I'm supposed to look like? And I was like, Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. So the NBA is going to a sixth game. I don't know. The Warriors really the thing that I don't think they win that game unless Durant comes back and pulls a Willis Reed. You know. Um,
I mean, the Warriors were really trying to hand Toronto that game in the like Boogie Cousins, the backcourt violation, the goaltend, the offensive foul.
yeah, and
Like
then
it was getting bad there for a while. I thought when Toronto was up by 6, I thought it was done because like
Boogie,
there's no way Golden State comes back from this.
you're missing. Boogie also had the ball at the top of the
Yeah,
arc.
that interference call, which I'm like,
Well,
that was a weird call, but
he went up to shoot it, and then I forget who just stole. I
well, he
think
shot a three and then he tried to rebound it.
yeah, Boogie both played them into the game and almost played them out. So,
Oh yeah,
but I think the Warriors have a chance. They do.
they
They
gotta. I mean, I don't know what happens. I mean, either like it's gonna be. I kind of feel like it's gonna be a blowout either way. Either Toronto's gonna crush him or Golden State's gonna crush either way. I don't think it's gonna be that close.
I think if they force a game 7, Toronto is in big trouble.
Oh,
Big
of course,
trouble.
that would mean that Curry and Thompson are just draining everything.
Mhm. Mhm. Let me move that there before I get a. Oh, look, there's Alex Jones on here. We'll get demonetized for that.
Oh, Alex
Yep.
Jones.
See? Call of Duty news. Ooh, I can't wait until Modern Warfare comes out. They better have noob tubing back in Modern Warfare, stopping power perk, all that shit better be in there. All right, let's start reading the snapper chats because we'll be here all fucking night if we
Pretty
don't
much.
do that shit. So, I will start. We will alternate and then maybe this will end in a circle jerk. Who knows? I don't
Probably.
probably.
That's how it always does.
Yep.
We got a double header for you first, sir.
Yeah, and we don't have to tier anything tonight. We're just going to talk about all this stuff here because we're saving that NFL tier for a while, you know. We do
That
need
makes
to do
sense.
we do need to do NCAA football. Like when football season start when we get a little bit closer towards football, we'll have a lot of tiers to do. We will tier the shit out of some stuff. All right. Paul Feinstein, who we all think is an author or something or could be, uh member of the tribe, possibly with a name like that. Not like my buddy Mike Benjamin, but possibly. About last week's speculation about me for $10. I'm just a 20-something college student. Thank you for spending your beer money on me. Tree, what do you think about the Nelson contract? I assume he's talking about Brock Nelson. Also, look at cap friendly again, and New York Islanders got way more than last time y'all checked. Oh, so there's some contracts
There's
coming
more
off
free
the
agents.
books.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Anders Lee's due, Eberle's due. I'm trying to think. I know Nelson got kind of overpaid, but I mean, that kind of needed to. But I mean, in
Nelson's
comparison to what Jeff Skinner got, Brock Nelson was a steal.
Nelson has to
9
get
mil
paid.
for
Yeah,
what? Skinner $9 million for 8 years. 9 million per year.
per year for 8 years. How is he
Yeah,
worth that much?
because he had a big year and his services were going to be in demand.
I guess. Since this is a back-to-back, I'll read the second one. Paul Feinstein for $5. FPV. Do rank vid on all New York sports teams in cities history. MLB, NHL with New York Americans. NBA, NFL by least to most success. Please, for this summer, leave out MLS. We might do that on like a tier list, but I don't know if I could. Uh,
What you got against the Red Bulls?
I don't know. I could maybe do a series where I just like shit on every city. I did do the math for most championships by each city, and then when I started editing that video, it started like fucking up. So I have the script written. I just I I've never done it, but that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, definitely not a
But
bad
I
idea.
would definitely rank the Yankees number one, even though I hate them, followed by the Giants, and then, um, gosh,
Probably the Knicks.
the Knicks only have like one championship. You know what I mean? Like the
Well,
Isles
Knicks
have,
had like a couple. The
yeah,
Isles in the
three.
'80s would be a good one.
Isles,
Rangers have two.
Rangers,
Mets
yeah,
have one.
yeah. No, the Mets have two world
Oh
championships,
right, '85. I forgot that.
86 and 69, and they've
Yep, that's
been,
them.
yeah, they've been to some World Series. They're not the Yankees though. The
Eh.
Giants in terms of value are number one. But anyways, I digress.
Mm-hmm. But let's go on to our next little Snapchat here from Lua503 for $5. I thought I was supposed to watch a hockey game on Sunday, not a Mariners game. Anyone got any advice? Also, thanks for the Barrel of Doom flashbacks, Tree. But you mean this Sunday or next Sunday?
Um,
Because if next Sunday, problem is like everyone's done.
yeah, I think it maybe was there like a low scoring game on Sunday with the Mariners
Oh, it
played.
was like the highest scoring game probably
Oh,
because it was like 5-1.
oh,
Maybe
how
it's
good
that.
are the Mariners?
Oh,
Are
they're
they?
bad. They were
They're
13-2, and they've completely fallen apart.
yeah. That the Mets were 11-1 last year. Let's just
Mm-hmm.
uh huh.
Yeah, I mean, nobody expected the Mariners to keep that up, but like, I sometimes look at the old like legacy of failure vid, and there's like people like from like a month ago saying they're 13-2. Don't talk shit about the Mariners. It's like, yeah, I don't think you're saying that now because I think they're like 27-40,
Close. They're 28 and
something.
41. I'm like Alex
Yeah.
Trebek right now. Like I actually knew. I'm looking at the fucking answer.
Oh yeah,
Like
they've gone 14-39. They're performing at roughly a 330 or like a 333 clip.
God, the Royals are so bad. Oh my gosh. I
They're
don't
gonna sell stuff off, so they're probably gonna be even worse.
yeah. I don't see a like a 40 win team, like a Met, 19
Or like 2003 Tigers, I don't see
yeah,
that.
yeah, I don't see
I mean,
that
like
yet.
the closest team were the Orioles last year,
Yeah.
and they were
Gosh,
insanely bad.
it's amazing that those Orioles that started out 0 and 21 didn't break the record.
In
But
'88, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I
Next year
mean,
they were a strike away or a couple outs away from going to the playoffs. Amazing.
mm-hmm.
El Cris, which means the Chris. $5. Next time Tree does an NBA video, I'm playing the lottery. Also, what tips does Uncle Adam have for the boredom after NHL and NBA finals aside from porn? Well, that was my answer. So sorry.
I would say
You know
take up
what?
some beer. I would say take up beer drinking. I'd say July 1st is always a good holiday because you get to laugh in NHL free agency. There's
Yep, yep.
also NBA free agency. It's going to be
Right.
pretty good.
Then
There's some laughter involved there.
you get the home run
But
derby.
July and August are usually pretty quiet.
Right. You get the home run derby sometime in July, right? And then I think August they report to camp. So really, we only have 1.5 months that you have to put up with. Of
Mm-hmm. I'll
if
probably
you're
work on
not
a
a
long-term
baseball
project
fan,
or two at the time.
right? If you're not a baseball fan,
Yeah, well, also like a couple other things. I know there's one I really want to do. If you listen to me talk, you'll understand which one it
yeah.
is.
But my suggestion it stands. Porn. Should probably
Porn always works
yeah.
though.
And then I see the crowd talking about Bobby Bonilla Day. Yes, you have to wait for Tree's video on Bobby Bonilla Day.
Pretty
That's
much.
that's also
I'm
coming.
hoping, I'm hoping they keep losing, so I have a purpose for that video. I'm just hoping it just doesn't turn out to be samey samey.
It's always amazing. Bobby Bonilla Day, just the pure math, the sheer math involved is always amazing.
Oh yeah, I mean Ichiro is going to get a huge extent, like a huge payout day in January next year.
Chris Davis is already doing that. Like he's an active major leaguer, and there's should
He's
be a
gonna
Chris
he's gonna
Davis
get his own day after 2024,
right.
and then if they buy him out, it might even be larger.
Every day is Chris Davis Day. I'll tell you that. Mm-hmm. All right.
But let's go to Amigzio is back for $2. Prediction: Bruins win Game 7, Toronto wins Game 6. Kind of ironic, you'd think, with Bruins and Toronto playing each other in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, yeah. That both of them
I'd
would.
rather have the Blues win Game 7, let's be real, but who knows? That game's a coin flip again.
Gosh, my heart just it depends on how bad God hates all of us. Is really what's
Well,
gonna happen.
God is a cruel bastard.
Yeah, yeah. This world just dishes out pain like it's nothing. Like, oh yeah, you're gonna lose everything, and the Bruins are gonna win the Stanley Cup after.
If he's extra cruel, the Warriors will come back from a 3-1 series down.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. You know what? That Kawhi Leonard is a beast. He does deserve.
He is.
He does
He
deserve a championship, but
and if he does win a championship, it might give him extra incentive to stick around in Toronto. Maybe they've done enough.
I secretly want the Warriors to win just because, so everyone that said that the NBA was fucked is right.
Trust me, I know in my heart of hearts I want the NBA to be unfucked.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's bad for the narrative, but it's better than, the Warriors.
Well, if it's bad for the narrative, then Toronto wins next. And if it's bad for the narrative, even worse, that means that Boston wins, Zachary Harden. Zach for short. Over under 100 losses for the Royals. Wow.
That's an easy one. That's definitely over.
You think they're going to get like 105 losses?
Yeah, I can see maybe 110 at worst.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm going to go over too.
Because they're going to be pretty bad.
They're playing horrible baseball right now.
And they're probably going to sell stuff off. So
yeah, I forgot about the old sell them off,
Mm-hmm.
Here's
whatever they can sell off.
We got our Jake Bizzell leader right now. You can take this next one. I love the name.
$30. Josh Bush, aka NASCAR driver. Predictions on Phil Kessel. They've come out on the reports are saying that Phil Kessel will not be traded because he doesn't want to waive his no movement clause. So I think apparently the way they're talking, he's probably staying in Pittsburgh.
He must.
Which
love
to me,
Cromartie.
I'm like, Like, I don't hate Phil Kessel, but at the same time, he did nothing for me last year.
I am always just amazed at how he's an athlete looking like he does. That's always just amazing.
It's a great everyman, man. The dude looks like a unhinged choir director for like a major city's like orchestra.
Right. He should definitely be wearing a suit of some kind that doesn't fit like properly. Like his whole body is just crammed into this uncomfortable suit, and he's
like maybe a nice cummerbund and bow tie.
Yeah. Leopold. I love the name change, by the way. Josh Bush, aka NASCAR driver. That is hilarious. Hilarious. Jared Froman. By the way, thank you for the $30. You're in the lead for the Bizzell Award right now. So we'll see if that holds up. I don't know. Could be like the Warriors coming back. Someone could dunk on you late. Who knows? Jared Froman, the Sausage King of Chicago. 2 questions for $5. 2 questions. Can the Warriors win Game 6 without Durant? Who will win Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals tomorrow in Boston? Definitely Warriors can win without Durant.
They can, but they're going to need like Curry and Thompson to be on fire.
Yeah, Curry has not. I mean, yeah, he's just shooting by volume, But that's the one thing that was lost with KD's injury was that Thompson looked about normal Klay Thompson last game.
Like losing Klay Thompson in Game 4 hurt them.
Yeah, they cannot afford to lose any more parts. Boogie played like the player that they got. If Durant was still there, this would not be a series. It would have been a sweep.
Course.
So, but God wants Toronto to win somehow. Mm-hmm.
God somehow loves Canada.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if he loved Canada, he would have let the Maple Leafs beat the Bruins, but maybe he finds more joy in the Maple Leafs fan base just being broken.
Maybe, maybe. Who owns the Leafs again? Sportsnet.
Maple Leaf Sports Entertainment.
Oh yeah. Do they own the Raptors too?
I think so.
Who's the guy? There's a guy that's the chairman, right? Gosh, what's his name? Larry something. I forget.
Barry and Selmy?
I forget who the guy is. He's the chief executor officer. All right. You can get this next one. Who I am 100% is a member of the tribe.
That it is.
100%.
Mr. Dr.
No.
Daniel Bernstein.
Yes.
Hey, Tree, how excited are you for this season of Hard Knocks featuring the Raiders? Could we possibly get some reaction after each episode? I've never been a real reacting guy to like episodes.
Yeah.
I think Flemlo would be probably pretty deep into that sort of stuff
I
though.
was
So
just
he'd
about
be
to
a guy
say
to
that.
check out.
Thanks for the 24.99,
Definitely,
fellow
man. But
MOT.
the Raiders, I mean, was there any other choice? Let's be real. Look at all
Uh
those characters you got on there. I mean, even without Richie Incognito and Fontes and
right.
Antonio, they were such a shit show last year. You had to.
You have to go with the Raiders. There's going to be like a daily fight with the Raiders. Like daily fight. Like in the parking lot as they're pulling up to go to practice, like Vontez is going to talk shit to AB. And they're going to literally fight. And then Chucky's going to try to break it up. And then Mark Davis is going to come down and like with his weird fucking haircut and try to break it up. And they're going to be like, fuck you, Mark. And then Antonio Brown is going to take his hair off like it's a wig and throw it like out of a 12-story building. That is how I imagine Hard Knocks right now in my mind. That's not how it's going to be, but I'm just seeing it. It's there.
Also for Maple Leaf Sports Entertainment, their chairman is Larry Tannenbaum,
That's who I was
and they're
thinking of.
also owned by Rogers Communications.
That's
So
right.
beef
Rogers.
stat.
Yeah, they own a lot of shit, Rogers. They're the
Goddamn.
they're the Verizon of
Pretty
Canada.
much.
Right? Just like TSN is the ESPN of Canada. You Dr. Duck. So Daniel Bernstein, definitely a doctor. I gotta say he's probably a doctor, plastic surgeon, willing to bet. Speaking of doctors, Dr. Duckenstein, MD, he's a doctor of ducks. I'm praying
Maybe
that
he's a quack doctor.
yes.
I'm so funny.
You get one more of those before I block you.
Whatever. You're the epitome of dad jokes. Don't give me that shit.
I know. I am a walking dad joke. I'm wearing dad socks right now, okay? I cannot be funny. I'm praying that the Blues can finish the mission and end the legacy of failure. See, that's the two narratives right now, right?
I completely agree.
Mm-hmm.
I completely agree with that.
You got them climbing out of misery against a team nobody wants to fucking win. Nobody, you know.
And the same thing was said about Atlanta a couple of years ago too, and then 28-3 happened. And it was ugly.
I made a
But
28-3 joke today in my video just because.
that they're never living that down.
Mm-hmm.
They are never living that down.
A lot of Falcons fans though felt like they were gonna blow that, you know.
Because it's Falcons history. They've blown a lot of leads in their lifetime.
Yep. Yep. What happened to that big? Like they had a really good defense in like the 81 or something. That
80, they blew a 20-point lead. Or it was like a 17-point lead.
I'm gonna have to bring that up. You know what I should do in my next NFL triggering video is ironically not mention 28-3.
Mention there are other times they blew a lead.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
Oh, you can find ways to trigger Atlanta fans. You can mention Marion Campbell was your head coach twice.
Yeah, that's a good one. Let me write that down. You want to help me write the triggering? Okay. Because I felt like I've just kicked them in the balls like so many times that it's not even fun anymore, you know. It's just like, oh, 28-3. But you know it's coming, so I have to kind of do it. I'll do it.
Easily.
I'll fucking do it. All right.
TIE Fighter 94 for $5. If the Warriors win Game 6, I have a bad feeling the Raptors will choke in Game 7 and the league is once again fucked. Yeah, that's my fear too. Momentum is a very strange animal in the NBA, or any league in particular. Because you like at how many you've seen how many like 3-2 series leads were blown because the other team got momentum at the last moment.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the odds of winning a game 5 when you're up 3-1 is something like 96, 90. The only other time that it hasn't happened was the Cavs beating
Was
the
it a couple times?
Warriors.
It was Warriors Oklahoma City and Warriors Cavs.
Mm-hmm.
Those are
Yeah,
the only two
so
recent ones.
I think the Warriors are feeling good. They escaped with the win, and Kyle Lowry chucked up.
My question is, why are you shooting a three there? You only had to go for a two.
You
I
have
mean,
to
they
give the
played strong
Warriors.
defense, but
The Warriors played good defense on that. They double teamed Kawhi, which was smart.
you have to double team
Yeah,
Kawhi.
yeah. And then, but nobody's talking about that timeout before. Like Nick Nurse calls a timeout. They're up by 6, and they've got the ball, and Kawhi is on fire. I don't know why they didn't cash that in.
Apparently, they were resting their players,
Yeah, that seemed weird.
but
But
you're also resting the Warriors players who have been battered to shit, and you have put the foot on their throat.
none of the announcers really like thought that that was crazy. You know, like Jeff Van Gundy. None of them were like, "Oh, this is out." Out of the ordinary that they called a timeout. But I mean, they did look tired. But why not score again? I don't get it. I don't get
Who
it.
knows?
But I am secretly rooting for the Warriors. So that's not a good
You
secret.
are a traitor.
I
You are
am a
such.
traitor. But I won't be upset if Toronto wins. I want to see a team just shit all over the league. I just like
I mean,
that
I'd
idea.
rather like. I'm glad it's Toronto and not Philly, because we
If
would never hear the end of it if it were Philly.
if it were
Like
Philly,
Toronto is. Philly. We wouldn't. They wouldn't shut the hell up about their 3-1 lead.
if it were Philly, I would recreate that guy that puts the gun in his mouth and spins in his chair. That
Oh yeah,
Kevin Von Magnum sends me all the
pretty
time.
much. I would agree with that sentiment.
Yeah. Beast of Metal 1989, first time checking in. All right. $10. Everything is a lie. They only want you to see their propaganda about Deegan and Biffle. When the real story of the week was that in NASCAR was their flip-flop on the archaic competition caution rule. So isn't Deegan a woman? Is that right?
I am not sure,
Haley Deegan?
but are they trying to bring back the competition clock again?
I think so.
Because like that was a terrible rule.
Let's look. Let's go for images. So Haley Deegan is definitely attractive, and I'm just gonna go with that. How about that?
Yeah. Because all that does is like artificially like increase competition. That competition caution. They tried that a few years ago, and it was just like,
Is she
why?
Danica Patrick 2.0? Is she any relation to Brian Deegan of Metal Militia? I don't know. We're gonna have to Wikipedia that. Okay, let's see who she's related to. Haley Rochelle. She is NASCAR and K&N. Who's her ride? Oh, she has a number 19 Camry. I don't know. I'm just going to go with she's attractive. It all boils down to that. Yep, I'm a sexist pig. Fuck all y'all.
Aren't we all?
She is the daughter of Brian Deegan. See, I knew that. How smart am I? Uh-huh. He was a
So you're marrying into money,
motocross. Yeah, he was a member of Metal Militia. Look at that. Look at me. She's 17. Whoa.
Uh-oh. Oh, hold on. FBI,
Uh-oh.
open up.
How is she? Wait a minute. We're not going to get. No, she is age 7. Okay, so next month I can talk about her. So I'll swipe right. Okay. Remember when everybody waited for the Olsen twins to turn 18? That was just.
They aren't even that hot.
Yeah, I know. But, pedos and their shit. We're demonetized. I said the word.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
FBI, open up. Duelist Master 9 for $5. It has been a while that I watched the dumpster fire. I've taken a sabbatical due to grad school. I hope you're doing well, brother. But thoughts of the U.S. women's national team's romp against Thailand. For those of you that weren't paying attention, they crushed them 13-0.
I I
I think it
saw
was.
that coming, by the way.
It's Thailand. I mean,
Thailand
it's not
once
like I don't think it really means anything. It's just like a warm-up game.
No, it's group stage. It counts for something. But Thailand once lost a hockey game like 86 to nothing. So to South Korea. Like the only criteria was that South Korea actually had ice to practice on versus like Thailand that like practiced on a dirt field, and they were like, "What the fuck is ice?" And they got beat 85 to nothing, something like
I've seen
93.
that for like an under 18 Armenian like team in the World Championships. They lost like 80-0 or something like that.
Yeah, well, no, they lost to South Korea, and I remember looking at the box score. Like they changed goalies like 3 times. Like they were down like 38 nothing. Like really, does it matter that one goalie is, you know, any worse than
Well,
the
that's got to
other?
be a nightmare for the Thailand team. It's just like, is this going to end?
Hmm. Yeah,
I don't
I
know
could
what I'd
just
even
see it
do with that.
in Thai. You just be like, key man, which means smells like shit. Mike Gang. Hmm. Eli Arbaiza. Who's more effed? I think that means fucked. Orioles
Yep.
or Wizards? Ooh, Orioles are fucked. Orioles are so fucked.
Orioles are at least rebuilding. The Wizards are fucked because they're investing $40 million for 4 years into a guy with a torn Achilles and is not going to play next year.
Who, Johnny Wall?
Yep.
John Wall is about as durable as, an air mattress.
But he
He's
got
not.
paid.
Yeah, well, why are they giving John Wall all that money? He did this thing, remember? That's all he got $40 million a year to do this thing, Oh, look, wait, I gotta flex my muscles. See, look, I've shown you guys my calf and my bicep tonight. What else am I gonna show? I'm gonna show you guys my asshole. I'll
How
blow
about
your
no?
minds.
Dude, I will block you personally if you do that.
You don't want me to go EDP and just drop trow and just, you know, show
No, you
you.
got to take the shit at Chipotle. That's the EDP way.
I clogged the toilet. I love his titles. I
Yep. I mean,
clogged
he
the
doesn't have a
toilet.
filter.
No, no.
Like, that's why they call it off-season EDP.
Yes, yes. He's entertaining. I don't understand why he's not a full-time YouTuber. He still like works security or something.
I don't think he can get monetized.
He's monetized. He's got to be. He
I
does
don't know, man.
all he
Well, I
does
mean,
is
let's be real. I'd rather, have that security
yeah,
instead of like, YouTube can go tits up no matter what. It doesn't
yeah.
matter.
Well, hmm,
And it keeps you grounded too. It doesn't prevent you from like
yeah.
developing the YouTuber problems.
Right. Well, how would he? How would he? Go to Chipotle and clog toilets if he didn't have work to do. You know. I
I'll
love
find a
EDP.
way.
Someday EDP will get on this show. I will meet EDP somehow, some way. Oh wait, you got this next one. This is an interesting
Yep,
question.
from Jared Froman. What MLB teams have the worst starting rotations? I'd say Kansas City's pretty bad. They're still starting Homer Bailey, the legit starter.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like he
I
got
thought he
he got
was
traded for the
wait.
Reds. He got cut, and now he's still starting games for the Royals. It's that bad.
I remember Homer Bailey. I would pick him up when I played fantasy off the waiver wire and then
Yeah,
just
but that was when he was good with the Reds and
yeah.
not completely destroyed by injury.
Yeah. But now
But
he's
also, I would say Texas. They only literally have one pitcher. His name is Mike Minor. Everything else is a disaster.
mm, mm. Yeah, how bad is the Royals
They're
rotation?
like 20 and I have it right here.
Who's their
The
guy?
Royals are 20 and 45.
Yeah, but
They are one of the worst records in baseball. They are starting. Their best pitcher has like a starter has an ERA of 4.29,
oh
and
my
then
god.
Homer Bailey's not even their worst pitcher. Their worst starting pitcher is named Jorge Lopez, with
Mm.
a 0-6 record and a 6.75 ERA. And if they think that's analytic related, he has a 5.7 FIP.
Mm.
So they done. As
They
for the
trash.
Rangers, they're doing all right because they're actually hitting the ball, but they can't really pitch. Like Mike Minor's their best. Lynn's like a decent mid rotation guy. Their third best pitcher is Drew Smiley, with an 8.4 ERA. Adrian Sampson's doing okay. Ariel Jurado's doing okay. Shelby Miller's a train wreck.
He used to be good.
So Kyle Dowdy is kind of a train wreck.
Drew Smiley, more like Drew Frowny. Oh, hey,
You're
oh,
so funny. You
yes,
should get a big contract with Barstool Sports.
I should.
You're
Well,
hilarious.
I don't act fratty and fart in people's faces
Oh,
and
don't worry. You can pretend you're act fratty.
right.
Remember, didn't you have like some old job where you were like a mega douche? Could have been
Yes,
that.
I
Just,
was in a
just
frat.
channel that.
hmm I look at 17-year-old girls and call them attractive. So, she's basically 18. Come on. I can't be
If
faulted
depending on
for
the
that.
state, age of consent 16. That's all I'm going to say.
We're not going there. Okay, Taylor
Yeah, oh,
Phillips.
hold on. I think I hear the FBI coming from the
Yeah,
floor.
wait. Oh,
One
crap.
second.
Get on the floor, bald
Like, hold on.
white
Hold
man.
on. I got to contact the FBI.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be right back.
Uh-huh. All right, Taylor Phillips, who we were on with earlier, the Michigan Sports Truth. Yes. Buck 99. Another Tank Series Tigers versus Royals. Yeah, that's terrible. Like, Tigers are really bad, too. They got Jordan Zimmerman pitching still.
Jordan Zimmerman's still pitching. Yeah. I mean, he's under.
Yeah. Tigers are
It's getting
sad.
bad.
Tigers are sad. Royals are sad. Lots of sadness. Like, all these races are over, too, in the AL. Like, pretty
I
much
mean, Cleveland can still do it, but who knows?
Cleveland could, what, still buck up and blow a 11-game lead on June 11th? Sure. Sure.
Pretty much. I mean, it's Cleveland. Who knows?
Yep.
But let's go on to Zach Berman. What would be worse, a Blues choke or a Raptors? That would easily be a Raptors choke.
Yeah.
3-1, and they're getting crushed. And Chris Archer just gave up another home run because he sucks ass. The end.
He's got a pretty delivery, Chris Archer. Look, I've got food in my teeth. And I'm like,
No, it's because he has a pretty delivery, and we paid a shitload for him under the impression that he was going to be a good pitcher, and he's terrible.
who'd you trade
He's
for
given
him?
up 5 home runs.
He's just tossing batting practice out there.
Oh, this guy sucks. I didn't even want him. I didn't even want the Pirates to buy. I'm sorry.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And now everyone's pissy when I was saying I fucking told you.
Chris Archer.
He sucks. Everyone in the AL East was laughing at me because the Pirates picked him up. They're like people saying, I'm so sorry. Or like, lol, you acquired Archer, have fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's bad.
It is bad. Look at this. We got Zach Berman, right? Paul Feinstein and Daniel Bernstein. My people know how to find me. That's all I got to say. That's all I'm saying about that. What would be worse for $2.99? No, wait. We already read that.
Yeah, that was the one I said. Like, it would easily be a Raptors joke.
I'm not even high, and I'm fucking up.
No worries, man. I've done it plenty of times, too. You're good.
Spencer Young, $2. Colts long snapper Luke Rhodes, 4 years, $4.85 million. Ball buster. You know what? Long snappers are invaluable. Ask the Giants and Trey Junkin what happened there. So.
That was his last game, too.
Yeah. Well, he came out of retirement to fuck the Giants. So. And he did feel awful.
Because, like, he wanted revenge.
Yeah. He
didn't
felt
want,
awful.
like.
Jerry Jones called in the hit. He was like, now, Trey, I got your family here in a storage container out here in Waco. And I need you to snap that ball into the ground. All right. And he did it. It's like, now I'm going to go grab some titties and get photographed in an very odd photograph and say hi.
The Colts also have a lot of cap space to burn. And if they think he's worth that, I mean,
that's a lot.
$1 million for a long snapper it's steepish, but it's not terrible.
Hey, Zach Diossi has been a member of the Giants for a million years, and he's been great.
A quality long snapper can be worth his weight in gold.
Was he the guy that snapped the ball on that fake punt or fake play for Pagano? Was that Luke Rhodes? Or
I'm not sure.
The greatest trick play ever? Sorry.
But let's go on to this next little Snapchat here from David Benjamin. $5. I was this close last night to having my prediction come true. Raptors in 5. Fuck. I mean, I thought Warriors in 5 because I thought Durant would have come back.
When the Raptors went up 6, I thought it was over. I was like,
same here. I thought they were done. I'm like, I was having a little chuckle, like, the Warriors are done.
Yep.
This is hilarious.
I was getting ready to fire up the Twitter.
Congrats NBA vid, and I was going to be like, oh boy, I'll have some work to do and not have to worry about like a long-term script.
Right.
And then it's like, they won.
I was gonna get my box of narratives out and start like picking out one, like, you know, what
precious. I would lose my precious narratives,
and
everything would die, and I would have an epiphany of the NBA being unfucked.
Yeah, but just like a pregnant woman, you can't unfuck it. You can't unfuck the NBA.
Oh, yeah, I'm not gonna go there.
Trey McGuffin for $4.99. Do you know how I don't have cable TV? I found a solution. Go to Bruff's Steakhouse on a date with a friend of mine to watch Game 7. Zombie Nation, baby. There's also this thing called the Internet and Reddit, if you just want to steal TV.
I mean, if he wants to have a good time at a sports bar, let him have a good time at a sports bar.
That's true. If you want to go out on a date.
You get the camaraderie.
Yeah.
With, like, you know, streaming or watching it alone on TV.
Yeah.
You don't get that.
I
think it's on NBC Sports Network, right?
Bruff's Steakhouse. Yeah, that sounds like a awesome sports pub. Like, that just sounds like I'm going to get drunk and pee on myself or someone else at Bruff's Steakhouse. Zombie Nation, baby. That's going to be it's going to be a hell of a game. I'm telling you, it's going to be one of the greatest Game 7s ever. There's going to be at least 2 bad calls. 2 game-deciding calls.
Oh, yeah, that's because the refs, like, either swallow whistles or not.
What do you think?
I think they're not going to get the ire of Boston, and it's probably going to go against St. Louis. You'd be horrifically fucked because this is how the NHL works.
Yeah.
Ugh. God. Yep. But let's go on to TIE Fighter 94 for $10. As a Thai American, I don't know how I feel about that USA-Thailand match. My American side would chant USA, 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 while my Thai side would be on alcohol for days. Did Thailand have any ambitions of going to the World Cup?
I think making it, there's a lot of Thai pride in just making it. Like, Thailand is a proud nation, okay? But as my mom would say, TIE Fighter, you would understand this. My D. Which means, that means bad. Just means no good. But we should be proud. You know.
It's not like a Brazil against Germany.
So TIE Fighter, putai dai mai. That means whatever. He'll respond. Dodger of Zion, $5. This is like, actually, speaking in Thai is like telling my jokes. Like, nobody gets it except for like the TIE Fighter 94, one guy. Dodger of Zion for 5. What's up, Dodge? 44 days until Canada. Yeah, I'm getting excited. I am getting very excited for Con Bravo. Blues and Raptors driving me insane, but hey, at least Eagles minicamp is starting very soon. I always like to envision minicamp as being like a very tiny camp. Like, all the tents are tiny. Like, they're like, oh yeah, we're coming to it's Eagles minicamp, and every NFL team sets up in a much smaller facility than normal. You know, that's how I see minicamp.
Minicamp is minicamp. I mean, people get like super crazy about it, but what can you see?
All it is a torn ACL waiting to happen.
You've already had a couple torn ACLs.
Yeah. Somebody just runs and they...
Reuben Foster.
Yep, Reuben Foster. That was God, though. God.
That was karma.
Fuck him. Fuck you, Reuben Foster in particular. That's what happened there.
Maybe it happens to Tyreek Hill.
The CFL does start this week. I'm excited. Okay.
CFL, not bad. But let's go on to Plays Like a Recruit for $5. Hard Knocks starring Antonio Brown, Incognito, and Vontaze. Thoughts? It's going to be a catastrophic shit show. I can see that coming a long way. You got so many characters in there.
How long until Incognito like drops an N bomb, and then starts a major fight in the locker room, you know? But
Because he's going to start doing a bounty system against the
or
linemen again.
what if he starts hazing like his fellow linemen? Actually, I would say this: Ricky Incognito, since that whole Jonathan Martin thing, has kept a very low profile. And anytime
Actually,
he
not really. I mean, the dude's been arrested for like threatening to kill the
Oh,
people who
that's
was
right. I
like
forgot about
at
that.
a funeral home.
That's
Like the
right.
dude's gone legit schizophrenic.
No, I thought that Jonathan Martin also went insane
Yeah, he
too.
also did go insane.
So they
He
were
was
perfect for
stalking,
each
shooting
other.
up a building. They both
Right.
lost it.
Yeah. So they were just perfect for
I know it's awful.
uh
It's really tragic.
yeah. I'm sorry. I blew that on Richie. But I thought he hasn't been in the, he's played and he's stayed on the field, But he's also insane. So him and Jonathan Martin uh crazy. Aaron, he gave $2 when I was showing my calf. I remember that. He was just like, "Here's $2 for that." I've never felt more like a piece of meat in my
He
life.
was trying to get you to buy new socks.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Mm-hmm.
like, here, I have $2. Get some low highs.
I'll order them off Amazon. That's the thing now. That's what everybody wears. The ankle socks. Is that what
Yeah,
it?
like the no show socks. I
Oh,
prefer the short socks, but I don't get the ankle ones. The problem with those are like they like always chafe up against my shoes when I'm walking.
wait a minute. Am I taking fashion advice from Tree? Is that what's happening?
No, I'm just saying it from like a personal experience. It's not fashion advice.
I don't know.
What do you want me to do? Like nobody's going after me for fashion advice.
Yeah, I've seen you
The
dress.
only fashion advice should be how about you get some high heels so you can probably jump a little higher. That's the only one you're getting.
If you would have wore some risers, you might have registered on that vert challenge
Yeah,
right there. Hmm.
yeah. It's like, is that a computer glitch? I thought he was just like barely moving up and down. Maybe it's just like they programmed him wrong.
My TV froze. What happened?
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm. My TV froze. Did he hit
Did
the
he make it?
All right, this is a new one, by the way. Since there was nothing to
From
read for
Aqua
that. Yeah.
1950.
Let me. I
Did you
gotta.
know that Thailand? Oh, go ahead, man.
No. I gotta close this door right here. Oh,
Oh,
see.
sorry, man. My bad. I misheard you. Did you know that Thailand put out a different goalkeeper against USA rather than the one they had in qualifiers? The main goalkeeper, Bun Singh, 11 goals conceded in 4 games. The other 13 in one. My question immediately would be: was Boon Singh injured, or was it a managerial decision?
Probably, like I'm just feeling that the other has a hot hand here, against the.
Maybe it's like a managerial gut feel. Like he feels like
Mm,
this guy's going to do better than the other,
yeah,
and
he might
it,
give up 15, but this other guy only gave up 13. Good job, way to go. All right. See,
yeah,
I think the goal was.
and it's like Clint Hurdle.
Yeah.
Like managerial gut feel.
Yeah. Right.
You can't put out the closer unless it's a safe situation, even though you have the bases loaded. You're down by ahead by four. It's technically a safe situation, but
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Yep, Clint Hurdle. He was on the cover of SI. He was supposed to
Yep,
be.
as a great phenom of baseball.
Yep, he was Todd Van Poppel, but a catcher, or Brian Taylor. Anime Holic Tops, $5. Tree. You might not have days of our Steelers, but do not worry, as we have the premiere of Voyage of the Raiders, the greatest shit show of the 7th season. I thought the Cleveland Browns Hard Knocks was pretty good.
Yeah, that's when I knew they were going to be a shit show. That because like they had no synergy whatsoever.
Maybe should we do an analysis like if Hard Knocks is covered, what the ensuing record was? Let's look that up. You read the next one.
Well, I think that weren't didn't they have the LA Rams a couple years? Just like
Yeah,
them.
I'm looking this up while you.
Yep, I will do the next little super chat from Mr. Beast of Metal. Breaking. Sources of red tide sweeping through Chesapeake Bay determined to be Camden Yards in Baltimore, Maryland, and Harbor Park in Norfolk, Virginia. Opinion. Hampton Roads thought leaving the Mets system was a good move. Dear God. That's Baltimore for you, though, man.
Yeah. Harbor Park's a nice park, by the way. Opinion, Hampton Roads. Yeah, the Met. That for the longest time, Norfolk was the Mets AAA affiliate for the
Norfolk
longest time.
Tides.
Yep, and then
Yep.
now, um, yeah. Oh, there's Red Tide. Oh, I didn't. I had no like. He actually means the Red Tide. So that I was down in Florida when that happened, and it's ugly. Like dead fish just show up. Like it just washes ashore. But Baltimore's pretty natty, pretty ratty already. Like you don't need to throw
Yeah, I mean
red
it's
tide.
very hit or miss.
Mhm.
I feel like you have some good places in Baltimore, and then there are areas you are like, no.
Yeah, I'm looking at all these teams that were covered. Like none of them won a playoff game. The 2014. Wait a minute. 2014 Falcons. How did they do?
I think didn't they make the championship and then
No,
the
they were
Niners?
6-10. 6-10.
Uh
Uh, the 2016 Rams season. Hold on. They were there.
yeah, but they imploded that year.
Was that a
Remember?
7-9? 4-12. Oh, look at these.
Yeah, they
Look,
imploded
look at
that year.
this. The Buccaneers. 2017 Buccaneers were on Hard Knocks. Yeah,
They were a train
terrible.
wreck.
I don't think a team's finished over 500 here. 2015 Houston Texans. Wait, that was
I
Bill
think they made
O'Brien.
it.
They went 9-7 and lost a wild card, so that was a disaster.
Yeah, they got crushed by
2013,
the Chiefs that year.
the Bengals. 2012 Dolphins. Like these are all shit teams. Yeah, the Jets one was they were talking Super Bowl and Revit. Wait,
Yeah,
I
but the
think
Rex
that one.
Ryan year.
I think that team made the AFC Championship game though. Yes, that was the only one. But of course they started Mark Sanchez. So that's like the best one, the 2010 Jets out of these. Mm,
It's the Jets.
yeah.
It is the Jets. Suck, suck, suck.
Yes.
And speaking of which, does anyone know why the Houston Texans fired their GM?
No one
Still
has
trying to figure
figured
it
it
out.
out. Like they
Because I'm
were.
like, the only reason I can think of is like Philly jumping up and taking their tackle they want. But otherwise, it's like, why would you fire him only after a year and a half?
I was listening to the radio and they were talking about, this is like the end of the GM season. So if you're going to fire someone, it's probably now is the time if you're unhappy because
I
all the
feel like the time to fire a GM would be immediately after the season, so they wouldn't have any input in free agency, off-season, and draft decisions.
Yeah, but also, you remember how you used to get fired back in the day? You had to work your entire shift and then they're like, "Oh, I got some bad news, like you're fired." That's what they did to Game. They're just like, "Oh,
No,
yeah."
it's also what they did to
To the
whatever
the
the
Jets
Jets
guy.
GM,
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever his name, an Irish guy who
How
threw a
did
lot of money around and
how
got
they
fired.
do that to you? Remember when you work at Burger King and you got to work your entire 10-hour shift? They wait till you're fucking clocking out and they're just like, "Yeah."
It's easier to let them keep doing their job instead of being undermanned. That's why they
Right.
do that.
Right. It's like this guy sucks. We got to fire him, but make sure he cleans out those fry racks. Uh-huh. The Squid, $5. Jeff Skinner now makes as much per year as Sidney Crosby. Try explaining that to someone from 2012. That is insano. That is Captain Insano right there. All right. We're going to have to start going
But
rapid fire here soon. Last
pretty
call.
much.
Last call for Snapchats.
Actually, I think Sidney Crosby makes less. Doesn't he make 8.7 mil?
Yeah. Yeah. But whenever he wants to renegotiate the last of his, they'll pay him like 30 million for 2 seasons, just so that he will still show up and bring fans in for the farewell tour, right? You know,
Pretty
could
much.
happen. Pittsburgh could be on the decline, and that could be the end, like Kobe. That
Yeah,
could.
that sounds about
Yeah,
right.
that's
I
what
mean,
happened. That's the path
I
of a
have no trust
superstar.
in what JR could do.
Mm-hmm. That's the path of a superstar, though. You rise to the top, you win championships, you retire ignominiously. See what I did there?
Mm.
All right. Let's go rapid fire
But
on
let's keep
these.
going on
Yep.
here pretty quickly if I can find where the hell I am because I had to reload my screen. Eli Orbiza for $2. How long does it take to make a Legacy of Failure video? To be completely honest, I don't know. It takes a while. I don't even track the hours because of how long it takes, to research, to all the footage, vocals. It takes a few days to edit it all together. The editing's probably the easiest part if you do the prep work properly, but it's more or less it's the most time consuming, but it's the most rewarding to do.
Yeah.
That's the way I see them.
It's like a cake, you bake it.
Pretty much, you're dealing with decades of material.
Yeah. Those are well put together. I would say I've never really thought about how long it takes to put together. Like you're basically doing a team history, but removing all the good parts.
All the positive. It's like you suck ass. That's
Right.
pretty much what
I
it comes
don't
down
yeah.
to.
I don't care
The
that
Nationals
you
one was just for taking the piss, but then after it's like, oh, Vikings, yeah, I can do that for them. And you look into it, it's like, man, this team's pathetic.
right. Like the
And keep going.
Mets, like you don't care that Daniel Murphy stole third when Clayton Kershaw didn't cover the bag. We're leaving that out. Right? Fuck that shit. Ace Ken Shader. I think this is new for
Think so,
Canadian 10. I think the Raptors will win down to two things. One, KD is out for the series. Well, And two, I noticed throughout the series that with KD out, they lose a lot of steam in the second half, in particular, fourth quarter. Yeah, I mean, not having the best player in the NBA is
I
tough.
think a lot of it has to do too with Toronto having ridiculous high shooting.
Yeah.
That's when they usually do it.
Who
Because
knows?
the Warriors are hitting a lot of bricks. Like they do not have the efficiency that they have, and that can change.
Yeah, but when they're on, they're unbeatable.
Of course, that's what you still have to worry about.
All right, knock these next two out, and then let's try to wrap
That we
this
can.
in a reasonable
Carl
time.
Singleton for $2. Blues and Raptors win, please. I completely agree with you. Rather not have Bruins and
Except for the
Warriors.
Warriors.
Carl Singleton for $2 again. Also, what is Tree's NBA team if he has one? When I was younger, I grew up rooting for the Raptors. Like in the late '90s, they were always my team. I have no idea why. It was just the Raptors.
You liked
Maybe I like the design palette.
you liked Vince Carter
Like,
and Tracy McGrady.
yeah, the Vince Carter, T-Mac, guys like that.
Who was the point guard? I forget. They had a pretty
It
good.
was Damon Stoudemire
Yes.
and Doug Christie.
That's right, Doug Christie. He was a nasty little dunker. That Doug Christie.
He was good.
Yep, he could do a lot of shit. Kurt Coble. For $5 Canadian. There are rumors, I like how he spelled it with a U, going around about Benning being interested in Lucic, and I kind of want to die right now. How do I survive such stupidity? Yeah, Lucic is a ghost out
The
there.
rumor is apparently they want to swap Lucic and Ericsson's contracts, which, I mean, I feel like is a move for the sake of making a move and not, involving any sort of sanity.
I don't know who wants Lucic. He's been awful. He was good, don't get me wrong, but he's been awful. All right.
Dead air with a little rant on Mr. Milan Lucic. But here's James Amadei for $5. I'm having a terrible time. We have no water pressure in my house, but it will be worse if the Warriors win an NBA championship. Nick Nurse blew it.
You blew it.
I mean, the timeout did kind of steam momentum, but you couldn't have predicted that Toronto would be just laying bricks. All they had to do was shoot a basket in there.
Yeah.
And Golden State was trying to hand them victory.
No water pressure is pretty terrible. There's like a leak somewhere. My parents, they've had their basement got flooded. And it's like, fuck. And the homeowner's policy doesn't cover it. It's going to end up costing them like 25, 50 grand. Sucks. Plays like a recruit, $2. Someone asked my question, take my money anyways. I will take your money. And
man, you are greedy.
Yeah. And donate it to a porn site. Okay. You get to read this big one for 20.
Yep. Scott MRN 235. A guy walks into a bank and says to the teller, "I'd like to deposit this check." The teller replies, okay, just leave the check down on the counter. Then Alex Smith bursts in and yells, did somebody say check down?
Uh-huh. And then Kevin Durant, right after his injury, they kept replaying it, and Alex Smith is like, did someone say horrific leg injury? And then his leg breaks in 8 places.
That is actually depressing.
That's the joke, though. That's the joke. Alcide for $2.79. Thank you for the $20, by the way, and for the joke. That was pure.
That was
comedy.
a pretty good joke.
That was comedy gold, right there.
That's a premium dad joke that 5 Points is going to steal for his next video.
Yeah, I'm working that one in. So this guy walks into a bar, right? Alcide for the Falcons. Don't forget Petrino. Yeah, Petrino was awful.
Petrino was hideous.
Yep, and then he ran back to Louisville. All right,
he went to Arkansas, then he ran back to Louisville.
That's right. He fell off a motorcycle with his
mistress.
Yes. Okay. Why don't you read all the rest? You just read them all.
Man, you are crazy.
Yeah.
Suicide. I better be getting hazard pay for this shit.
Rapid fire.
02357. Oh, hi. I'm Chris Hansen. Why don't you have a seat? Oh, yeah, that was the FBI. Remember when you were talking about that 17-year-old girl?
I had no idea she was 17.
That's what they all say.
She looked...
No, I'm not drunk. I'm Irish. I swear. Jared Froman for $5. Who's going to win the MLB Tank Bowl? The Orioles or the Royals? I'm going to say the winner, if we're talking losers of winning the Tank Bowl, I'd say Royals.
I would say
think the Orioles have decent hitting. They just give up a shitload of home runs.
As long as the Orioles still truck Chris Davis out there, they are not going to win games. They are bad. They're bad.
Anime Holic Tops for €2. Did you watch E3? If you did, what do you think? The only one I've watched is the Watch Dogs trailer, and there is a 80-year-old grandmother that has toys and just puts people to sleep. Literally puts people to sleep.
Oh, nice.
It's like a badass grandma. She's has a little cane, and it's like, oh, what a nice little day. I'm having a nice little jolly. And then she whips out a taser and just knocks people unconscious.
Watch Dogs.
It's a good time.
Seems like a great game. I did think that all of the audience at the Bethesda unveil were plants or Bethesda employees.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I also saw the Battletoads trailer, and it looks pretty ugly. I'm not a fan of the art design.
Yeah. Okay.
There's mobile games, and that's really about it.
We're going to have to go to E3 one year, just like we're going to Con Bravo this year.
I don't know about E3. I mean, I don't know how we'd be. We'd be mobile game. Yay.
Yeah.
Beast of Metal 1989 for $5. The competition caution is a long-standing rule that installs a caution at around 10% race distance if there was rain in the night morning before a race.
What? That sounds ridiculous.
That is stupid. If you wanted a 10% race distance caution, then just delay the race.
Right. What the fuck is the incentive to run the race? That doesn't make any sense. All right.
It's a big no from me there.
The
Carl Singleton for $2. Would Steph Curry win a one-on-one with Troy Bolton? Unfortunately, not familiar with who that is.
I don't know. Maybe he's a plant. Who's Troy Bolton? I'll Google that while you read.
Mr. Troy Bolton. But James Amadei for $2. Will Notre Dame lose to Georgia, Michigan, or both? If we're talking football, I can see them definitely losing to Georgia. Michigan's a coin flip. That's at least to me. Basketball, well, I don't think they play them in basketball. That's got to be college football. Beast of Metal 1989. Good job. Now you don't worry about the FBI and Black Flags Matter. At least you were apologetic, unlike the Twitter rando he flipped out on today. What do you do now?
I don't know.
Oh, jeez.
Troy Bolton.
He's a decent. Black Flags Matter. He isn't too bad. I mean, he's a decent dude.
Troy Bolton is Zac Efron's character from High School Musical, by the way.
Oh dear.
So I'm gonna say no on that. Steph Curry would not win. I don't know what happened today with Black Flag.
I don't know what happened there. I'm gonna look it up and see what happened, buddies. I don't know.
All right, we're almost there. I think this is it.
We are pretty close. Ed Kraus for $4.99. What's up, Tree Baldy? Couple things. Could teams in MLB be allowed to trade draft picks? And could we get an Orioles legacy of failure? Thanks, guys. I would say yes. The only thing they're worried about is finances. Like, what to do with their team signing cap. Like, that's what I think they're really worried about. They think they're worried about, like, them stocking up picks and then throwing money at this one guy.
We should make up a character called Tribaldo Jimenez, and that would be like a hybrid between us. Tribaldo Jimenez.
Yeah,
No, it's not
maybe.
working. Okay, fine, whatever.
It could work, perhaps.
All right.
But
Well,
I know they're able to trade competitive balance picks, but that's it.
yeah.
And international spending money.
The MLB draft is one of the most interesting things because they don't always take the best player available. They take who they can sign, and they also take who they have, enough draft capital to spend on.
It also takes a lot of time for them to even develop if they do.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. So no one like Bryce Harper or Alex Rodriguez making the majors, playing very little minor league ball is super rare. Super.
Oh yeah, like it's very rare anymore. Even
Mhm.
Alex M for 328. Thoughts and prayers for David Ortiz. I completely agree. Fortunately, it seems like he's going to be okay. He's in
Yeah,
stable
it's
condition.
hard to wonder whether that person was sent to kill him or send him a message. Like if you really want to kill him, the thing is like I know he's a piece of crap that shot David Ortiz, but at the same time, he probably could have been sent by a drug lord who was like, "I'll kill you if you don't shoot David Ortiz." So
Perhaps I have
I
no
don't know.
idea. It's the Dominican.
Yeah,
CD as hell.
Dominican is yeah. I'm not going on vacation there. Just nothing against Dominicans. It does share the space with Haiti.
Pretty much.
Uh-huh.
Dodger of Zion for 2. Gonna hit you up after the
All
show.
right.
4 reasons.
All right. And then
Maybe it's the FBI. I
I'll
don't know.
read this. Yeah, I know. Dodger's not 18 either. Shit. But
Yeah, I know.
I don't think
Terrible.
she's interested in either of us.
Oh dear. Rogue XS for $5. Thoughts on Halo Infinite? That's the. I also saw a trailer for this. It didn't really show much. It's just Halo.
I did not see Halo. That's the last Snapchat right there.
Yep, that is the last Snapchat.
I don't know. I'm excited to get Modern Warfare because hopefully it's a revert to the shit show that it used to be. Because I love shit shows. I'm excited for this new Watch Dogs so I can be an old lady that tases people. And I'm excited for the finals to wrap up. That's what I'm excited for. Yep. What are you excited for, Tree?
I'm excited for the beautiful children who will be able to eat and sleep tonight, and
Like
all of and world peace.
like Haley Deegan?
Mate,
Maybe.
now you saw me go through that trap,
You tiptoed through
but
like
yeah,
Uh-huh. Oh, guys, the FBI is coming. The FBI is coming.
the
All
FBI
right.
as always.
We made it through the show. Oh my gosh. With all the snapper
Sweet.
chats. Thank you everyone for donating. You guys are awesome. Hopefully I will not get arrested for looking at Haley Deegan, who is 17, who'll be 18 and 40. We should start a counter for that so that I can
I feel like I
legally.
gotta play 17 by Winger now.
Yep, she's only
Sorry.
17, which is a cover of um
The Jerry Lee Lewis song.
yes,
That song.
Jerry Lee Lewis. she's no, Jerry Lee Lewis. She's only 14. 14. That is a cover song from Winger. So
God.
it is. I thought it. All right. Mods, you cannot control what I'm saying. You can only control the chat. So don't even come off of it. All right, the Jake Bazell Award winner is going to go
I think it was
to.
Jake Bush.
Yep, Jake Bush, NASCAR driver at $30. He gets the Jake Bazell Award, and then yeah. So any parting thought? Oh, let's go ahead and call the finals. Let's go ahead and bust out our hot take predictions.
It's tough.
All right.
I'm gonna say Raptors take Game 6, and Bruins take Game 7.
All right.
I think they both end.
Yeah. I'm gonna say
Well, I mean, hockey's gonna end, but
Blues are
I
gonna win
hope
it.
I'm wrong on the Bruins. I hope to God I am seriously wrong.
Blues are gonna win
I'll
it
be
in
rooting for the
OT.
Bruins the whole time.
Yeah. Blues are gonna win it in OT off a deflection. Calling
Ooh,
that
an
now.
overtime Game 7.
Yep. And then Game 6, easily the Warriors blow them out. Game 7, last second shot by Steph Curry. So Warriors win.
And you are a bastard.
Yep. I am a bastard. I'm a bastard. All right. That is the show. Tree, any parting thoughts other than
I
children
do
be
not.
safe?
I'm going to be on a little vacation next week, so I'll probably be in on like Monday or Wednesday.
Okay.
It's Tuesday night. I'll be at a baseball's game.
Oh, a baseball's game. So we can either punt or we can do Tuesday, Thursday. I might pick up a co-host. Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, exactly.
But we'll probably do it on Wednesday because I'll tweet at Haley
Exactly.
Deegan. Y'all said hi. No, do not do that. Do not get the show shut down. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the stream. You all are beautiful.
Just kill it now.
Yep,
just
let's
just
kill
stop.
it before it strike the beast down. Okay, I'm 5 Points Vids, and that's Tree, and you made it to the end of the fucking dumpster fire.